Massive financial decisions were just made behind closed doors in Washington this week. Decisions that are coming straight for your wallet. We're talking about critical developments that directly impact your Social Security checks, your Medicare coverage, and your out-of-pocket medical costs. And you know what? Almost none of this made the evening news. Welcome to this explainer, where we're cutting through the noise and looking strictly at the facts. All right, let's dive right in.
So who is actually deciding your next check? Well, the answer might shock you, because your future fixed income is quite literally being determined by the grocery runs you're making right now, today. Every single time you scan a gallon of milk or pay a summer electric bill, you are locking in your financial trajectory. Let me show you exactly how this works.
3.8%. I need you to lock that number into your memory right now. As of July 14th, this is the Senior Citizens League's brand new projected cost of living adjustment, or COLA, for 2027. The contrast here is what's absolutely vital. I mean, the COLA for 2025 and 2026 sat at just 2.5%. So this 3.8% projection, that's a massive, meaningful leap upward. It's the largest we've seen since those crazy inflation spikes back in 2022 and 2023.
Let's break down exactly what this means for you in real, hard dollars, because that is what actually matters. If you're receiving the current average Social Security retirement benefit, a 3.8% COLA adds roughly $79 every single month to your pocket. For a household where both spouses receive benefits, you're looking at an extra $150 or more per month. And if you're a single beneficiary? Over the course of a full year, this projection means an extra $948 in your bank account. The math is substantial.
But here is exactly why I told you those grocery runs matter today. This 3.8% is just a projection right now. It's not the official final figure. The official COLA won't actually be announced until October, and it's calculated strictly using inflation data from July, August, and September. We're in July right now. If grocery, energy, and medical costs stay elevated through the summer, that October number could hit or even exceed that 3.8% mark. If prices cool off, the number drops. July matters, guys. It is dictating your financial future in real time.
Section 1. The Social Security 2100 Act.
Okay, so Congress just reintroduced the Social Security 2100 Act, which is hands down the most ambitious reform proposal on the table right now. And here's the core mechanic of it. Currently, your COLA is calculated using the CPI-W, which basically tracks the spending of the general working population. But the 2100 Act proposes switching to the CPI-E, which is based specifically on the spending patterns of Americans aged 62 and older. Since older Americans naturally spend a significantly larger portion of their income on healthcare and housing, which, as we all know, inflate way faster than general goods, switching to the CPI-E would mathematically produce higher COLA adjustments year after year.
Furthermore, the bill proposes an immediate 2% across-the-board increase to all existing benefits, and that's completely separate from the annual COLA. It also establishes a minimum benefit floor set at 125% of the federal poverty level. Now, just to be perfectly clear with you, analysts do give this specific bill a low probability of moving quickly through the current Congress. But the crucial point here is that these mechanics, like a CPI-E switch and a poverty floor, are actively in play and being seriously debated in Washington right now.
Section 2. AI and Medicare Denials.
All right, we need to shift gears to something incredibly serious regarding your medical care. If you live in Arkansas, Florida, Illinois, Ohio, North Carolina, or Texas, you need to listen to this very carefully. Under the WISER program that was voted on by the Senate this week, an AI algorithm is currently reviewing Medicare prior authorization requests in your states. Think about that for a second. Before a human claims reviewer ever even sees your doctor's request, this AI system can approve it, flag it, or generate an initial denial.
So the Senate actually voted to keep this AI pilot program running, and the debate was starkly divided. On one side, Democrats attempted to repeal the program, pointing out that some patients in these 6 states are experiencing really frustrating delays in receiving necessary care because the AI algorithm is just slowing down the whole approval process. On the other side, Republicans voted to maintain the program, arguing it's a highly effective, necessary tool for catching fraudulent billing and that the efficiency savings more than justify keeping the pilot. We aren't taking sides here at all. But the end result is that the AI program remains totally active.
So if you're in one of those 6 states and you get a bizarre delay or a denial, here is your actionable battle plan. Step 1, note the denial. Step 2, pick up the phone and call 1-800-MEDICARE. That's 1-800-633-4227. Step 3, explicitly demand that a human medical professional review the decision. Under federal rules, you have the absolute right to bypass the AI and appeal any prior authorization denial for a real human review. Take control of your care. Don't let a computer have the final say.
Section 3. Capping your Medicare costs.
Moving fast here, because July 16th produced some rapid-fire legislation aiming to structurally change how much you actually pay for Medicare. By law, Medicare Advantage plans have an annual out-of-pocket spending cap, right? In 2026, no enrollee pays more than $9,350. But if you are on original Medicare, there is absolutely no limit, zero ceiling. Hospital bills, surgeries, follow-ups, they can literally stack endlessly. Well, the newly introduced Medicare Cost Cap Act aims to finally fix this by creating a statutory maximum out-of-pocket limit for original Medicare beneficiaries, bringing them right in line with Medicare Advantage protections.
And on that very same day, Representative Tom Kean Jr. introduced the Medicare Premiums Reduction Act. This one specifically targets IRMA surcharges, those painful extra monthly premiums that get slapped onto Part B and Part D. Right now, these surcharges hit single filers with income above $16,000 and married filers above $212,000, adding anywhere from $74 to $444 per person every single month. This new bill proposes reducing or entirely eliminating these surcharges to bring some much-needed relief to middle-income seniors, particularly those of you living in high-cost-of-living areas where $16,000 is, quite frankly, far from a wealthy income.
Section 4. GLP-1 weight loss debate.
Pivoting over to prescription drugs for a second, a fierce medical economics debate is raging right now over the new GLP-1 Bridge program that just launched on July 1st. $50. That is all it costs now. Under this newly activated Medicare benefit, incredibly expensive obesity medications like Wegovy and Zepbound are covered for a flat rate of just $50 a month. It's an absolutely amazing benefit, but it instantly triggered a massive debate in Washington and the broader medical community.
The core question they're asking, should an upper age limit, say maybe 80 years old, be added to this program? Health economists are sounding the alarm, arguing that these drugs are incredibly expensive, and the research on frail patients is pretty limited. They say without an age limit, the program faces crippling budget strain. On the flip side, patient advocates argue vehemently that an age cutoff is blatantly discriminatory. They point out that seniors over 80 often suffer from severe obesity-related cardiovascular conditions that these exact drugs are proven to address.
But here is the reality on the ground right now. To be eligible today, you need a BMI of 35 or higher, or a BMI of 30 plus with qualifying health conditions. Crucially, as of today, there is absolutely no age limit. So my direct advice to you, if you're in your late 70s or early 80s and you meet these clinical criteria, do not wait. Apply for the GLP-1 Bridge program right now, before the policy debates in Washington potentially alter the rules and lock you out for good.
Section 5. Vital SSI Payment Warning. Finally, I need to slow things down for a second. If you or someone you care about receives Supplemental Security Income, or SSI, this requires your absolute undivided attention. You received a payment on July 1st. You are going to receive a second payment on July 31st. Let me be crystal clear here. That July 31st deposit is strictly your August money arriving early, because August 1st happens to fall on a Saturday. It is not extra money. It is absolutely not a government bonus. Treat that July 31st deposit as if it has a giant padlock on it until August 1st, or you're going to be staring at a completely empty bank account for the entire month of August.
Washington is moving fast behind closed doors, from AI algorithms reviewing your medical care to the fight over IMAA surcharges and the very inflation data tracking your 2027 COLA. The rules of the game are shifting right now. So I leave you with this. Are your finances and your healthcare strategies truly ready for the fall? Take this information, use it to protect your wallet, and I will see you in the next explainer.